It's time to sit back, relax, and listen to Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life. Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life will inspire, motivate, and empower you. Live your best life now. Listen, learn, think, and decide. Change your attitude, change your life. And now, here's your host, Joan Herman.
Welcome to Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life. I'm Joan Herman. Thanks for tuning in. Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life brings you interviews with some of the most inspirational and influential people in the world. It's our goal to educate and empower you so you can live your best life now. Thank you for taking time for yourself, and thank you for letting us be a part of your life. We have another great show for you today. During times of transition or when we face adversity, life offers us a choice to turn away from change or to embrace it, to shut down or to be broken open and transformed. Today's guest, Elizabeth Lesser, is here to provide tools to help us turn difficult times into times of growth and empowerment. Elizabeth is a co-founder of Omega Institute, a learning center that focuses on health, wellness, spirituality, and social change. She's a New York Times best-selling author of the books Broken Open, How Difficult Times Can Help Us Grow, and The Seeker's Guide, Making Your Life a Spiritual Adventure. Welcome, Elizabeth. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Elizabeth, your book, when I was reading it, it really resonated with me because it is something that I've experienced in recent years. And you open your book with the quote, "And the time came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom." It looks like there are some people out there that are immune to having this type of life-altering experience. Do you believe that some people never experience this, or do they just ignore it and push it aside and choose not to deal with that situation?
The latter. I believe that part of the job description of being human, part of every human being's life, just by nature of being born, of having parents and siblings, and going to school, and growing older and aging, and looking at our mortality, all of those are just the most basic building blocks of being human, and all of those are difficult transitions. So no one is spared the difficulties of life. This idea that some people have to go through hard times and others don't, is just not true. Everyone goes through hard times. Now, some people decide not to tangle with the difficulty in life and try to do whatever they can not to deal with it. And so it may look from the outside that, like, hey, how come I have such a messed up life and have gone through so much difficulty, and that person over there hasn't? You know, that's just not true. Everyone struggles. Everyone has an opportunity every day to be either broken down or to break open.
Elizabeth, the people who choose to break open and blossom, what type of traits have you found from your work that those people tend to embody perhaps more often than people who allow themselves to be defeated?
It takes a lot of courage when a difficult situation comes your way. In my own life, getting married very young and having children and starting a business with my husband at the time, and then some really difficult things happening within our relationship, infidelity and things that many people could relate to in their own relationship coming my way, and knowing, okay, do I really turn and look at the truth of this marriage, or do I just kind of like gloss over it because I feel ashamed that bad things are happening to me, because I feel afraid financially? What would I do with little kids and a business I own with my husband? What would I do if I wasn't in this marriage? At that critical moment, and everybody has a moment like that, whether it's a marriage, whether it's a health crisis, whether it's a job crisis, do I want to really look at the truth of this situation and also the truth of myself? What have I done to get myself into this situation? Do I really want to look at it? And do I really want to step up and make changes that would make my life work? Or do I want to stay in a situation that's just never going to be a fully alive one for me? It takes so much courage to look at life on its own terms and then make wise, difficult decisions that in the moment are really hard, but on the other side of it is freedom, is self-expression, is wisdom, and is a whole new life. So I would say the first quality, if you ask me what does it take to be the kind of person who breaks open as opposed to breaking down, is courage. The courage to live life to the fullest. The root of the word courage is from the French coeur, which is heart, and that's a little secret about where you find courage. You find courage not in some sort of classical warrior idea. That is a kind of brittle, false courage. True courage is someone who is vulnerable, who allows himself to feel the pain of what's going on and not to do everything you can to escape the pain, like more work, more food, more things. No, to sit quietly in the pain of whatever is going on and to ask it, what have you come to show me? I'm going to sit here and really feel what's going on in my heart, where the courage lives, and I'm going to let the pain tell me what to do. Now, that may sound like, what? I don't understand what you're talking about. It's one of those things that you will only understand if you do it, and if you turn it into a practice. And by practice, I actually mean some kind of spiritual, psychological practice. That's what meditation is. That's what prayer is. That's what psychotherapy is. There are these things that feel so kind of, is this really going anywhere? But you train yourself to listen to your deeper heart. You train yourself to find the answers within.
What would be some of your advice to help us transform the pain into strength, acceptance, and awakening?
Well, the first tip I have, it may surprise you all, it's to understand with all your brain cells that there's nothing uniquely wrong with you that you're struggling with life. A big stumbling block toward developing inner strength is this idea that there's something shameful about the very fact that we're struggling. There's like, everybody else out there seems to be doing better. She doesn't seem to be having trouble with her marriage. He doesn't seem to be like wanting a new career. Why am I so restless? Why is my life not working? Why is my kid doing bad in school? Oh, I should just kind of like be quiet and there's something wrong with me. This is a huge problem all of us humans have. That's the secret each one of us is keeping from each other. We're looking around and thinking everybody else has it all together. The open part of this open secret is that we're all keeping the same secret from each other. It's kind of a joke, but it's very sad because we don't open up to each other and admit our vulnerability. We say, hi, how are you? Oh, fine, I'm great. How are you? Oh, fine. And then everybody goes away from each other thinking, well, I wonder what's wrong with me. So the first strategy for developing inner strength is being honest and vulnerable with each other. It's amazing how much strength you can gain. If somebody says, how are you? And you say, I'm really having a hard time these days. I don't even know why, but I'm just struggling. That is an invitation to the other person to say, oh my gosh, so am I. And suddenly you're both free of that sense that there's something inherently wrong with you. Everyone is born human. To be human, I happen to think that the human experience is some kind of strange school we've landed in, where the rules are, okay, soul, you're going to learn how to grow through adversity. That's what this school is about. Every day is a challenge for us humans. The minute you accept that, with a sense of humor, with a sense of like, oh, that's where I am. That's what this plane is all about. This feeling of shame and isolation from the rest of us lessens, goes away, and then you're just sort of proud of your own funny life and the particular challenges that you have been given in order to grow and blossom out of the mud.
So nothing is wrong with you except that life's a spiritual adventure. Can you give us one more tip before we run out of time?
Yeah, well, a good way to remind yourself over and over that nothing is wrong with you and that life is an adventure is to spend a little time quietly every day with yourself, with your body, with your breathing. It's called meditation. It's a beautiful practice that can put you in touch every day. Just remind you. It's just a reminder every day. Wake up, experience this adventure. Whatever comes your way today, fully experience it with no shame, just with a light-hearted sense of adventure.
Elizabeth, in about 30 seconds or less, what would be one thing that you would really like our listeners to take away from this interview?
That their life is a precious opportunity, that no one else has the particular DNA and background and soul that they have, and we want to know it. We want to see your soul. We want you to be your wild and free self, so show it to us.
Elizabeth, thank you so much for spending time with us. The time goes by so quickly, and I'm really happy that you were here to share these lessons with us. Your book is wonderful. As I said, it really resonated with me, so I do recommend that people read a copy of Broken Open. And I think that it's time for us to learn to go with the flow and stop swimming against it, and it really is a beautiful thing when we blossom and break open. So thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be right back. Hi, this is Joan Herman, host of Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life. Did you know that Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life has a free monthly digital magazine that can be read online or emailed to your inbox? Every month, nationally recognized leaders in their field provide information to educate, inspire, and motivate you. We believe in a holistic approach to life, incorporating mind, body, and spirit. Check out a copy of Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life 24/7. Visit cyacyl.com and be sure to tell your friends. Thank you for joining us. I hope you found the show informative. At Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life, we believe that knowledge is power. Take what you've learned, apply it, and live your best life now. Remember that the information provided are the opinions of our guests and should never replace the advice of a professional who knows your personal situation. If you'd like more information, visit our website, cyacyl.com. While on the site, listen to past shows on demand, read our digital magazine, take part in the book club, check out our team, and be sure to follow the show on social media. Until next time, this is Joan Herman. Thanks for tuning in.